Coronet, self-proclaimed king of instructional film.
Have we heard of him?
It sounds familiar.
This music's like dark and dreary, like a Disney villain's theme song. Kind of like the music I hear when I go into work.
I wonder if John N., if that's his given name? Sorry.
It's a given.
I hate you.
That's a manicure.
And a pimp ring.
Hello, Barlow speaking.
Is this the adoption agency?
Yes.
Great. My wife and I were wanting
Someone to work part-time?
What? No.
Why, yes, I'll send someone down to see
No,
you.
don't do that. That's not what I
Someone
want.
who'll do the caliber of work you expect.
There's been some kind of misunderstanding.
Goodbye.
No, don't hang up.
Work.
Get to it. What am I
There's
paying
a
you
word
for?
that's used much more than it's understood.
Much like the word irregardless.
As counselor here at our school, I get to hear and see a great deal about work and what it means. Good work,
Ferrari salesman.
fair work,
Carnival vendor.
poor work.
That guy who cleans the viewing
I'd
booths
like
in
to
those
tell you about a
adult
certain
novelty
student
shops.
who was here about 5 years ago.
Oh, did I say he was
His
here?
experience
I
has
meant
important
is
meaning
here.
to
He's
you.
been held back several times. Next week, he'll be 26.
When Frank Taylor started in his first real job,
As opposed to the
he had only
imaginary
a
ones
vague
he'd do when
idea
no one was
about
around?
work, his responsibility to his employers, and to himself.
Superman
suppose we
has
let
trapped
Frank
Frank in
tell
the
us.
Phantom Zone.
It all started with a sign in the window of Canfield Shoe Store.
It said girls, girls, girls.
Sounded good. A
Live
chance to earn money
nudes.
for some
Huh.
of the things
Must
I
be
wanted.
an art studio.
Nice story you got around
I
here.
talked to Mr.
Shame
Canfield.
something happened to it.
We got along all right, and, well, I got the job.
And bought a sign.
It wasn't bad for a week or so, but then I began to get bored. It was just put shoes away, day after day. Put shoes
Put
away.
shoes away.
Put more
Put
shoes
shoes away.
Nothing ever broke.
Put
the
shoes
routine.
away.
All I did was
Put shoes away.
And then the pay I got. Huh.
Oh, that
That
amounts in
wouldn't buy many of those
pesos.
things
Those
I
zeros are
wanted. The shoe
meaningless.
You can
business
see the
was
little
no
moth
good.
fly out when you open it up.
And just because I got to work a half hour late now and then, I didn't understand why Mr. Canfield should get mad.
I couldn't afford to put a battery in my watch.
When I had a customer, it was tiny shoes
Oh,
on
that's his
big
mistake
feet.
right there. He went for the
These
cankle.
didn't look
Yeah,
These
you
didn't
see,
fit
it's
right.
the big mistake here
These
is
were too
is the
expensive.
shoe won't fit
These
in.
hurt her feet.
The foot is too big; it won't fit
Boy,
in the shoe.
some of those
And
people
you
Oh,
can see.
me
touchdown
sick.
Spike. Did you see that? It looks like that play went pretty well. Guys, I'm going to...
I don't know. Judging by his posture,
I
he
didn't
is
last
not happy
very
with the way that
Oh,
went.
so that's
But then it was only a
disconcerting.
You just hate to see that happen.
You
I
hate
could
to see
get
that happen.
another
That was a
job.
bad...
Oh, boom! Tough acting to acting.
All right,
Well, Frank,
John, thank
I've
you.
looked over your school grades. I've checked the results of your personality and aptitude tests. I've spoken to some of your teachers. I think I have a job you should be able to fill.
That's great, Mr. Barlow.
The job I have in mind is at Mr. Canfield's shoe store.
Just fired some poor chump out of it
What do you
today.
think?
Well, I don't think Mr. Canfield would hire me
Why not?
because he just fired me.
Sad trombone.
Haven't you got a different job maybe somewhere?
Just
One
a
not
minute,
preceded
Frank.
by the words
If
hand
Mr.
or
Canfield
blow.
fired you, you might have the same sort of trouble somewhere else. Would you like to tell me about the job and what happened?
Or would I rather sing?
No,
No, no, no.
stop that.
No,
Stop
no
that.
singing.
Dull and
No.
routine. The same things every day. I was just bored with it.
If it weren't for the heroin I was using
know,
during
Frank,
store hours, I would
don't
have
think
gone
there is
mad.
such a thing as a dull job.
And that is an outright lie because I'm a
But
school
suppose you
counselor.
tell me what you think is interesting work.
What about an assassin? Or a cowboy?
I think it would be
Or
exciting
Indiana
to be
Jones?
an architect or an airplane pilot.
Or makeup artist.
Or a
Yes,
jazz
those can be
tap
interesting
instructor.
jobs. Or they can be dull and routine too, depending on your mental attitude.
By attitude, he means
Why do you
handicap.
suppose an architect finds interest in his work?
Because he does something important. Designs houses and buildings and bridges and lots of things.
And he's handsomely paid to
Yes,
do those
an architect
things.
does help to make
Now you
things
see,
that
Louie,
people
I got
need.
this
And he
upside
can look
down.
with
This is
pride
the ad
on
for the
completed
Gillette
structure.
razor.
And the pilot provides transportation.
Indiana
that
Jones
people
is late
need.
for his flight.
He can be
Yeah, and
proud
his
of his
plane's
skill and
powered
his
by
record of safe
Twizzlers?
flying.
That's weird.
Weird.
But
Weird.
what about, a teacher?
Now, she doesn't stink. Now,
Can't
why are
she
you
be
out of your
proud
new
of her
sweater?
service to the community? Are
See, he's
druggists
getting a hemorrhoid
important?
donut. Look, look.
Where would you
Ah.
be without them? Or without fishermen.
Fisherman.
Or
This one's
chemists.
bigger.
Or bank
I want all your
clerks.
money.
Or shoe salesmen. Don't they do something useful, something important for people?
Look, Mr. Barlow, I didn't take that job to do anything important. I just wanted a little spending money.
For hookers and
Any job,
booze.
piloting a plane or selling shoes, is as important as you make it.
Like sex. Or your status
If you
update
think
on
it's not
Facebook.
important, whatever it is, you'll soon become bored with it and do it poorly.
Like sex or your status
enjoy your
update on
work.
Facebook.
You'll need to find in it more than money. You'll need personal satisfaction, pride of accomplishment, a sense of importance to others. Whether it's a part-time job after school or a lifetime career.
Or a lifetime
as for
career
money,
that comes from that part-time
well,
job.
We all want money. But if you don't perform any service, or if you don't do your work well, you can't expect much in return, can you?
That's what I say to
Why,
the
guess
panhandlers
not.
all
If
the
your work
time.
is to profit you, it must also profit your employer and profit society.
But how can you do a job well if it isn't interesting?
Just close
It
your
wouldn't be
eyes
much of
and
a job
pretend it's a
if you
grape
couldn't
slushy.
find something interesting about it. Here, these are records of former students.
By former,
I
I
helped get
mean
started in jobs.
dead.
Most of them used to think very much as you do about jobs, but I'd like you to know what they think of their work now.
Russell's my name.
You couldn't get that from the card?
That's work I really enjoy. Have you ever felt the smoothness of a
Oh,
board?
yeah.
after
Daddy
you've planed
likes.
it?
Ow! Damn
Have
splinter.
you ever smelled fresh-cut wood?
How
you ever
dare
made
this
something with your
grown
own
man
hands?
stroking his wood
You
in this
can't help
educational
enjoying
film?
work in which you can take a real pride.
God, I hate mine.
I'm Ed Kane, farmer.
A professional overhaul
I
enthusiast.
suppose I started
Brought to you
farming
by
in the
Osh
first
Kosh
place
Begosh.
because I like the open air and the soil.
And I got
But
me a fine
there's
wash.
more to it
And I got
than
me
that.
old fiddle.
The
And
hard
when the
work
sun's
of
coming up,
plowing,
I got
planting,
cakes on the griddle.
cultivating, all leads to the harvest that means success.
The blood harvest.
and
No,
food
the
for
blue
people
harvest.
throughout
Oh.
the world.
There's a
So to
bright
me,
point in the galaxy.
there's
This planet
real
is the farthest
satisfaction.
from...
Dottie Grant is my name. I'm a secretary.
Because I didn't want to be a
To some
teacher,
people,
nurse,
that means
or homemaker.
numbers
Yeah, big
and letters,
surprise.
taking dictation.
Yeah,
Because-
she's good at taking dictation,
it's
if
more
you know
than
what I
that to me.
mean.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, we know what you
fellas, am I right?
That's
Sex,
my hand.
yeah,
Calm
Yeah, we
down.
got it.
sexy,
And
We
in
understand.
factories,
sexy sex,
keeps railroaders busy shipping our goods.
And shipping
and gives
hobos.
salesmen
sexy
something to sell.
hobos. Yeah,
Hey there,
Brian.
man. You
My
want to
job
see
is
my
important to many
flea-infested
people.
nipple hairs?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
Hey,
calm down,
oh.
guys.
Say that I
It's
enjoy
all right.
doing
It's
it
sex.
as well.
Yeah, I know.
Enjoy doing it as well as you can.
Hey-o.
That's what I'd
You see,
imagine
Frank,
she'd
there are many
say.
ways of looking at a job, any job, with pride and pleasure.
Tell me more about these
All right,
pleasure
now let's see what other
jobs.
job we can find for you.
Or, Mr. Barlow, do you think Mr. Canfield would take me back if you asked him to?
Only if you wear a pretty dress and promise to put out.
Well, after Mr. Barlow talked Mr. Canfield into giving me another trial, I found new interest in that job.
Started to develop
It
a
was easy
fetish.
to get to work on time, and when I really applied myself to my work, there was nothing dull or routine about it. It wasn't long before I began to see how much other people depended on fellows like me to give them properly fit shoes. Shoes that would wear well and look well. I became proud of the fact that I was building a circle of personal customers.
To play Ring Around the
People who
Rosies
came
with.
to me regularly for all their shoes.
And sometimes we play Duck Duck Goose.
So in him, Mr. Canfield was willing to give me more responsibility and more pay.
Sexy.
It was no longer just a job. Because I had found interest in my work, naturally I did better work. I became more valuable to Mr. Canfield. and
What
to
he's
his
trying to
customers.
do is get the
Of course,
rabbit
to
through the
myself.
hole, you know, so that he can tie the shoe. It'll be secured to the foot, and that's basically the end game.
Okay, thanks, John.
All right.
Well, that's the story.
About the man who went on to write the show
That was
Married with
5
Children.
years ago.
Love and
The reason I told you about Frank Taylor is
To
that
explain the
he called me just
poster
now.
of a ghast on the wall.
He needs a
I thought it was
part-time
the
helper.
Joker from Dark
You
Knight.
see,
Or R. Kelly.
he's manager of Canfield Shoe Store now. Does this begin to sound like fiction?
No, fiction is
It does
typically more
happen.
interesting.
It happened to Frank because he found interest in his work and satisfaction in doing it to the best of his ability. Every day, someone, somewhere,
Gets
learns
hit
that
by a
more money
train.
and more satisfaction are the result when you stop thinking about just the job and begin thinking about work.
So, from all of us at A Special Level of Hell, we thank you for watching.
Obey.
Obey and good night.
Obey.
Hello, Barlow speaking.
Yeah, is this the escort service?
Yes.
Great, I'd like an escort with
Someone
huge...
to work part-time?
No, I want the full
Well,
experience.
yes,
I mean...
I'll send someone down to see you.
Wait, well,
Someone
let me tell
who
you
will
where I
do the
live.
caliber of work you expect.
Wait, I live at...
Goodbye.
No. I haven't said where I... Put the marker away, John.
It smells so good.